If you're receiving Social Security right now, or you're about to start receiving it soon, there's something you need to know. A major change just went into effect in January 2026, and it's going to affect your monthly check. Whether you've been collecting benefits for years or you're brand new to this system, this impacts you directly, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what happened, what it means for your wallet, and what you need to do about it right now. I know this stuff is confusing. One day you hear Social Security is running out of money. The next day you hear about cost of living adjustments. Then someone tells you there's a new formula or a new rule or a new deadline. It's exhausting. And when you're living on a fixed income, every single dollar matters. So if you're feeling stressed or frustrated or just plain tired of trying to keep up with all these changes, I completely understand. You're not alone in feeling that way. Here's what I'm going to cover in this video. First, I'm going to explain the cost of living adjustment that just kicked in and exactly how much more money you're getting each month. Second, I'll show you the new income limits that affect whether you can work and still collect benefits. Third, I'm going to talk about the Medicare premium increase and why it's eating into your raise. And fourth, I'll give you a simple action plan so you know exactly what to do next. Plus, stick around because later in this video, I'm going to clear up a rumor that's been going around about a potential bonus payment. You need to hear the truth about that before you make any plans. My name is on this channel to help people like you cut through the noise and understand what's actually happening with your benefits. I don't work for the government. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just take these complicated rules and break them down into plain English so you can make smart decisions about your money. Let's get into it. The first big change is the 2026 cost of living adjustment. In January 2026, Social Security benefits went up by 2.5%. Now, I know percentages don't pay the bills, so let me put that in real numbers. If you were getting the average retirement benefit of about $1,954 a month in 2025, your new check is around $2,003 a month. That's an increase of about $49 a month, or roughly $588 for the whole year. If you're getting the maximum benefit because you paid in at the highest level your whole career, your monthly check went from around $3,118 to about $4,016. That's about a $98 monthly increase. Now, why does this matter? Because inflation has been hitting hard. Your grocery bill is higher. Your utilities are higher. Gas is higher. This adjustment is supposed to help you keep up with rising costs. But here's the reality. For a lot of people, that $49 a month doesn't quite cover the actual increase in their expenses. It helps, but it's not a windfall. It's more like a Band-Aid. The second change involves the earnings limit if you're working while collecting Social Security. A lot of people don't realize you can work and collect benefits at the same time. But if you're under your full retirement age, there's a limit to how much you can earn before Social Security starts withholding part of your check. In 2026, that limit went up. If you're under full retirement age for the entire year, you can now earn up to $23,400 without any reduction in benefits. That's up from $22,320 in 2024. If you go over that limit, Social Security will withhold $1 for every $2 you earn above it. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're 64 years old and you're working part-time making $28,400 a year. That's $5,000 over the limit. Social Security will withhold $2,500 from your benefits over the course of the year. That means smaller monthly checks or possibly no check at all for a few months until that amount is recovered. Now, if you're reaching full retirement age in 2026, there's a different higher limit. You can earn up to $62,160 in the months before you hit full retirement age. After that, there's no limit at all. You can earn as much as you want without any withholding. Why does this matter? Because if you're trying to make ends meet by working a little on the side, you need to know these numbers. You don't want to accidentally trigger a reduction in your check and then suddenly not have enough to cover your rent. The third change is your Medicare Part B premium. This one's tough because it actually takes money away from that cost of living increase I just talked about. In 2026, the standard Medicare Part B premium is $185 a month. That's roughly the same as 2025, which is actually good news compared to years where it jumps significantly. Most people have this premium automatically deducted from their Social Security check. So even though you got a raise of $49, about $185 is coming out each month for Medicare. The key is understanding that your net increase is what matters for your actual budget. And if you're in a higher income bracket, you might be paying even more for Medicare because of something called IRMAA, which stands for Income Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. If your income is above a certain threshold, your premium could be $259, $332, $405, or even higher. Those thresholds are based on your tax return from 2 years ago, so it's your 2024 income that determines your 2026 premium. Why does this matter? Because you need to plan your budget based on what actually hits your bank account, not the gross number you hear on the news. Let me tell you about someone I'll call Margaret. Margaret is 69. She worked as a teacher for 35 years and retired in 2021. Her Social Security check in 2025 was $2,150 a month. With the 2.5% increase, she was expecting about $2,204 a month in 2026. She was excited because that extra $54 would help cover the increase in her homeowner's insurance. But when her first check came in January, it was only $2,019. She panicked. She thought something was wrong. Turns out nothing was wrong. Her Medicare Part B premium was being deducted automatically, and there had been a small adjustment to her Medicare Advantage plan as well. After the deductions, her net increase was only about $44. It helped, but it wasn't the full amount she'd been counting on. She had to adjust her budget again. Margaret's story is not unusual. It's happening to millions of people right now. Now let's talk about the good news and the bad news, honestly. The good news is that Social Security did go up. You are getting more money. The system adjusted for inflation, and that's important. If there was no COLA at all, you'd be falling further and further behind every year. The bad news is that the increase is modest, and for many people, it doesn't fully keep pace with their actual cost increases. And because other expenses like insurance and utilities keep rising, the real improvement you feel in your checking account might be smaller than the headlines suggest. Also, there's no change to the long-term funding situation. Social Security's trust funds are still projected to be depleted in the 2030s unless Congress acts. That doesn't mean benefits will disappear, but it does mean that without changes, benefits could be reduced by about 20% at that time. That's a real concern, but it's not something that's happening right now in 2026. Now, about that rumor, you may have seen posts on social media or even news articles talking about a potential extra payment or stimulus check for Social Security recipients. I want to be very clear about this. As of right now, there is no confirmed additional payment coming. No bonus, no extra stimulus check, no extra deposit. Every year, rumors like this circulate, and every year people get their hopes up and then feel disappointed. I'm telling you this because I don't want you to plan your budget around money that may never come. If something gets approved by Congress and signed into law, you'll hear about it from official sources. Until then, treat it as speculation, not fact. Here's what you should do right now. Step 1. Check your Social Security statement online. Go to SSA.gov, create or log into your My Social Security account, and review your benefit amount for 2026. Make sure it reflects the cost of living adjustment. Step 2. Look at your Medicare premium. If you're enrolled in Part B, confirm how much is being deducted from your check. If it seems too high, it might be because of IRMAA. You can appeal that if your income has gone down since the tax year they're using. Step 3. Update your budget. Take your actual net Social Security payment and write it down. Then list your fixed expenses: rent or mortgage, utilities, insurance, medications, food. See where you stand. If there's a gap, you need to know about it now, not in 3 months when you're behind on bills. Step 4. If you're working or thinking about working, run the numbers. Use the earnings limit I mentioned earlier and figure out if your job is going to trigger a withholding. If it is, plan for smaller checks during part of the year. Step 5. Stay informed, but be careful about your sources. Stick to official sites like SSA.gov and Medicare.gov. Don't believe everything you see on social media. You are not powerless here. Yes, the system is complicated. Yes, the increases are smaller than we'd all like, but you can still take control by understanding the rules, checking your numbers, and planning ahead. You've worked hard your whole life. You've earned these benefits, and you deserve to know exactly what you're getting and how to make the most of it. You're not in this alone. Millions of people are navigating the same changes right now, and the more you know, the better decisions you can make. If this video helped you understand what's happening with your Social Security, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel. And if you have questions or you want me to cover something specific in a future video, drop a comment below. I read them and I use your feedback to decide what to talk about next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.